YouTube, Red Sox fan, back again with Let's Play Vanilla World of Warcraft episode 13. In the last episode, 12.5, we were over at the stagnant oasis, way down here, planting some seeds, testing the seeds out for one of our Tauren friends, and then that was the last that you have seen or heard of me for a long time. And let me tell you, a lot has transpired in that time. Tonga Rune Totem is the NPC here. Number 1, I was making episode 13 about a week ago. I was over doing the quest, the Altered Beings, where we have to collect 8 of these altered Snapjaw shells, and I have to tell you, something went terribly wrong. Someone asked me to go heal for Ragefire Chasm, and I thought, oh, I'll stop recording episode 13 and I'll make a new episode about me running through RFC as a healer. And it turned out that something went wrong with Fraps, and I thought it was this whole issue with Fraps, but what it ended up happening was I googled the problem also. So if anyone's having this problem with Fraps, I'm pretty sure what it was my hard drive was too full of stuff. There's only like 100 gigabytes left, and these video clips can get pretty high up there in terms of storage space. So what I think is it was dropping my FPS down to about 1 or 2 every time I was recording, so it was basically impossible for me to record. So I ended up not recording, deleting all the footage I did have of me killing Snapjaw turtles over here in the stagnant oasis, and I had a little footage of us running through RFC, but it just got to the point where I couldn't record and I couldn't heal, so I stopped recording and I healed through it, and we only wiped a few times. Some of them were probably my fault. Some of the problems were that the tank just pulled too large of groups and couldn't hold enough aggro. So what happened was there were 4 quests that coincided with that dungeon RFC. One of them gave me these feather bead bracers, which gave me +3 int, and another quest gave me these awesome Dredgemire leggings, which gave me +2 agi, stam, and spirit. So then after I was done with RFC, after I healed it up and turned the quests in and trained up, because as you can tell, I'm almost level 17, a lot has happened off screen, and I apologize for that. So I went back there and I was trying to record the stagnant oasis, me killing those guys, but just again, my FPS was way too low. And I think because I didn't have enough storage in my one hard drive, but luckily on this laptop I have a second hard drive that I haven't even used yet, and there's a terabyte worth of storage, so I should be good for a while. So I'll just go ahead and turn this quest in, the 8 Snapjaw fragments, shell fragments, and so we get to go speak with Hamul Rune Totem and Mura Rune Totem, and this actually gives me an awesome belt. Oh, I already have +3 in. I could take the cloak, gives me +2 spirit, that's helpful. So now we're done with him. Basically for good, I think. I think we're done with Tonga Rune Totem for now. And now I will go talk to Surgra Darkthorn and turn in the Angry Scythe Claws. Now this quest, I did about three quests off screen, and I apologize for that. 4. Well, one of them doesn't really count, but, well, I guess it does count. So first is the Altered Snapjaw, the Altered Beings quest, which I get the Snapjaw shell fragments. Oh, I already got more than 8. Second, I did the Angry Scythe Claws, and what that was, right over, just about right here next to this, past this mountain, there is the Scythe Claw nest, and what you have to do is kill the raptors, and they'll drop, I don't have them, but they're Scythe Claw feathers, and what that does is you go over to the nest, the red, yellow, and blue nest, and you place the feather there, and it, I don't know what that does is, but place the feathers on the Scythe Claw nests, show the brethren you do not fear them, and so that was what this quest was. It was pretty easy, and that gets me to level 17, So, ding-a-ling-a-ling dong. I don't know why I just said that, but I did. Now that I am 17, I have something else to talk about, but I will talk about that after I am done talking about all these quests I did. Now, the next quest, I really wanted to record because it can get a little difficult. It's over near Northwatch Hold. There's a little area right where my mouse is. You'll see that it says Raptor Grounds. So right where this little mountainous area is, there's a little raptor den with a whole shitload of raptors. There's probably about 10 to 12 raptors in there, and some of them you aggro 2 or 3 at a time, so you just have to watch out for that. And basically that is the quest Stolen Silver, and all the way at the back of their den you find the crate with the stolen silver in it, so we can turn that in, and we get Rambling Boots, which 3 agi, that's actually what we want. And I will tell you why we want agi over Stam and Spirit. And that is because, in the meantime, off screen, while I was leveling up a little, the main reason I leveled up to 16 and now I'm 17 was because I was getting a lot more light leather for my leatherworking, and actually I've gotten it up to 74, so that's a good amount of leveling up my leatherworking. But I still don't have any new... things I can make, new patterns. So I still have those, so off screen I'll still try and level up my leatherworking to get it coincide with my skinning is at 126 and leatherworking is all the way back at 74, so that's something I have to work on. And the next thing that I want to talk about is my talents. Now, the group I did RFC with was really awesome and really helpful because I don't know too much about vanilla World of Warcraft, and I was leveling up, if you remember, I was leveling up as Enhanced Elemental, which is the caster spec portion of the tree. There's Elemental, which is caster DPS, so that deals more with Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Flame Shock, Earth Shock, all the shocks. There's only one more shock, I think it's Frost Shock. I'm not sure when we get that though. Enhancement is more physical combat attacks, physical DPS, melee DPS. Sorry, I forgot what that word was for a second. And the next tree, Restoration, is your healer spec tree. So that deals with the healing waves and a little bit with your totems, but not too much. Mainly just your heals, which you only have about healing. You only have healing wave. I think there's I'm not sure, but there might be lesser and greater healing waves in this game. But don't quote me on that because I don't know too much about vanilla. So they said that the elemental spec was basically trash, and it's not too good of a spec to level up with. And so I went ahead and spent 1 whole gold, so now I'm only down to 50 silver. I had to actually farm a little while to get enough money to respec, and respec costs, the initial cost for resetting your talent tree is 1 gold, and then I think the next time you want to is 5 gold, and so it just increases every time, and it gets to the point where you don't really want to respec that often just because it costs so much gold. So I respec'd into enhancement. The first tier, I chose Ancestral Knowledge, which increased my maximum mana by 5%, which is pretty helpful. The other talent I could have spec'd into, Shield Specialization, is basically useless for this tree, just because by the time we hit level 20, which is in 3 more levels, we'll get 2-handed axes and maces, and we'll be using a 2-hand weapon, so we won't really need a shield at all. That is more, I believe Shamans could be used as tanks back in vanilla. I'm sure if you spec into enhancement, you can definitely, there are enough talent specs that you could spec into a tank's spec, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be specking, I'll go ahead and get Thundering Strikes here, which is the next tier, increases my chance to get a critical strike with my weapon by 3%, and once I'm done with this talent, it'll be maxed out to 5% increased critical strike chance. So that is always good and dandy. And the next thing I'm going to be speccing into is improved Ghost Wolf, because for some reason I have in my mind that I get Ghost Wolf at level 16 when in fact I get it at level 20. So that kind of brought me down a little. That kind of got me a little sad, just because I wanted that extra 30%, 40%. Holy cow, it's 40%. I don't know why I was thinking it was 30%, but Ghost Wolf, yeah, level 20. It's a 3-second cast, and so that's why I would spec into improved Ghost Wolf, get that cast time down to 1 second, and it will give me an extra 40% movement speed. So now that I'm done basically explaining everything that I've done off screen, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, talk to you, speak with him more. Oh, he is inside dungeon actually, and let's see, Mira is on Thunder Bluff at some, she's in Thunder Bluff I believe. I'm going to go ahead and fly all the way over to Ratchet, where I will turn in this quest. So let's talk to the Flight Master and fly to Ratchet. So yeah, it's been a while since I've actually recorded. This whole week is going to be my finals week for college. I was meaning to record last week. I actually tried a different couple of days to record, but I didn't know what the problem was with Fraps, but I figured out the problem, and I've squashed the problem. I've solved the problem, so that should no longer be an issue, because I have a whole terabyte worth of storage that I'm going to be keeping my videos in. When I edit my videos, I just use Windows Movie Maker, just the basic editing software for videos that comes standard with all Windows operating systems. And it basically, I usually have about 20, because for what Fraps does, it records like every maybe 2 minutes worth of video, and then it makes a new video clip. So I end up having like about 20 clips worth of footage, and each clip is probably about, I don't know, 20 or 30 gigabytes. It's insane. And once it basically compresses it down when I make the final video in 1080p. It'll compress the video size down to about maybe 2 gigabytes, so that's helpful. And the Raptor Horns, another quest which you can do that coincides with the Stolen Silver or the Angry Scytheclaw quest. Basically, you just kill the raptors and they drop their Raptor Horns, and you only need 5 of them, intact Raptor Horns, and you get both Raptor Punch and this Barkeeper's Cloak, which is handy because I don't have a cloak with the stats on it, but now I have a cloak with +3 stamina, so that's good. This can be sold. Increases your intellect but decreases your stamina. I don't think I want to use that actually at all. So you know what? I think I might just end this video here. I think it's been longer than how long I think it's been. I still have the same old Cauldron Stir, but once I think I'm just going to use that until I get to level 20, and by then hopefully I'll have a good 2-hand axe or mace, because enhancement is, as I said before, melee DPS spec. So like this talent, I get Flurry, it gives me increased attack speed when I get a critical strike, and then at the very last tier we get a move called Storm Strike, which gives me an extra melee attack in addition. The next 2 sources of nature damage dealt to the target are increased by 20%, so that helps Storm Strike, and then use Earth Shock or Flame Shock, and it's increased damage against the target. So let me talk to you. Smart Drinks, bring 6 portions of Wailing Essence. So this is going to be a Wailing Caverns quest, and then this is I think it's a Southern Barrens quest. I don't know, I think I kind of robbed you guys out of an RFC video, so what I think I'm going to do is go ahead, and when I'm done with this episode, I'll edit it and upload it to YouTube. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to run RFC again, and this time I can record it and upload it to YouTube. So it'll be a special dungeon episode. Originally I planned on going through every single dungeon that I could possibly as a horde. I don't think that's very, not logical, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not as possible as I think it is, just because at the rate I'm leveling up, I might over level past some of the dungeons. But RFC 17, I think that's a good level for me to try and heal again. I didn't have many problems. I bought a whole bunch of melon juices and ice cold milks, so I was prepared for the dungeon as healer. And I'll try and get in as a DPS, just so I don't have as much responsibility as I do a healer, because sometimes when I'm recording and I'm healing and I'm in the middle of combat, I kind of freeze up and don't really talk much. But that's okay. So that's all for this episode. It was basically an explanation of where I've been for the past 2 weeks maybe, and why all of a sudden I'm level 16 and now I'm 17, and 17 and a fourth now maybe, and why I've been gone. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I was put out of commission for a while. I was sick with strep throat, and I had fever, and I had chills, and I had trouble sleeping for about a week, and it was really bad. So that's also another reason why I haven't been recording. I was sick for about a week, but now I'm all better, and I will be start making more and more videos, putting them out faster and faster, because it's almost summertime basically. After this week I move out of my dorms and I'll go back home for the summer, and I will be recording more and more videos, maybe one or at least one a day, maybe 2 a day, if I'm feeling like I should be making more videos. So until then guys, stay classy, and peace out.